6, 5. Hi, and welcome to the audio commentary for Little Cayman 2011. Here is the establishing shot of the blue water as we're getting close to Little Cayman and landing. And there is our first sight of land, in fact. As we move closer in and land at the airport there. And of course, this is Little Cayman, so there is the little airport. It has 2 gates. The gates are about 2 feet apart or so. Welcome to Little Cayman. Do not litter. And don't forget that iguanas have the right-of-way, so drive slowly. So if you're diving on Little Cayman Island, the Bloody Bay Wall is the most important dive facility, dive park. And what I've done here, as best I can with 4x3 digital video, to convey the vastness of the Bloody Bay Wall. The dives for the Bloody Bay Wall often start at about 10 or 15 feet, and they descend to about 120 feet, depending upon if you go down or up when you come out of the swim-through on the wall. So I'm looking in this shot, trying to illustrate the vastness of the wall. Pointing back or looking back up at the surface. This is probably from 60 or 80 feet down below. I always like the shots that look at the bottom of the surface from this distance because it really conveys the sense of that you are an alien in this world and a visitor with your tank on your back, safely breathing oxygen or air so that you can return safely to the surface after your brief visit. And here we are panning down into the vast abyss in one area. The wall can drop down to about 3,000 feet, but obviously we didn't go that far. Probably the deepest dive I did was maybe 100 feet or so, give or take a little bit. So I shot about 10 or 12 swim-through videos from start to finish. And what I've done here is made one single composite video showing the best of each one in a sequence to make one single composite journey. So here's a couple of guardian fish here as we went through the one swim through here. And each of these swim throughs, they might start out in a very cramped kind of entrance where you're really surprised that you can get through there. But if you're comfortable with your tank and you know where the top of it is so that you're not going to strike the valve on something or bump your head, you can approach with caution and get some enjoyment out of going through like a cave sort of thing, a swim through. And at times it is very cramped with just barely wider than your shoulders, not needing to squeeze through it, but still it's quite cramped. I thought it was quite fascinating, a fun dive if you like more unusual dive experiences, I guess. Maybe it's not unusual, but depends on your taste, I guess. You can still enjoy the buoyancy that you enjoy. And here's some of the darkest area of the video, looking through to find the light on the other side of the swim through. Doing my best to take the bumps out when I was rubbing shoulders on the side. And these swim-throughs, such as this one, you're looking down now, and then looking back up toward the other divers. There are wide open spaces in areas like this as you come to different points along it. Here's a shot of a person looking back, so I decided to insert the reverse shot that I had of something else, and then she looks back away. Looks toward the continuing the dive, and here we are looking down, and you can see some of the debris that if another diver ahead of you bumps against the wall or something, the debris particles all break off and spray against the divers behind them. Here we are looking down. So if you were to probably go out that way, it would be 120 feet, and we're at about, say 80 feet or something like that, because we're trying to maximize the bottom time that we're down there. You always try to show, at least I do when I'm filming this, if you pointed straight out, you'd just see nothing but blue, the vastness of the ocean proper. but I try to have a little bit of the edge of the reef in there so that you can get some kind of scale. And here we are looking up at another diver who chose not to go through the swim through, but you could see them at various points, and there's a couple more hanging out up there looking at us. So here's a swim through where it came out, the opening is at the top, so we came out that way, and then we immediately looked to the right, and hiding under this little reef here was a lobster, as you can see. So that was a nice sight to look at. And then here's looking back on that swim through that I just came out of, which was straight down, to convey that. So when you look up here, you can see all of the air bubbles of all the other divers that were behind me as they go through the swim through. I thought that was a nice coda for that, for the Bloody Bay Wall section. And here's another section of the video, which is a turtle that I had seen in the distance, and I slowly approached and swam with it for a brief period of time here. And this is probably in about, say 15 or 20 feet of water, based on the water, the reflection of the surface and the sun there. This is probably not more than 15 or 20 feet maybe. And I did not want to disturb the turtle, trying to just photograph it in its natural environment, not interfering. Here's a closer shot on the side. Probably not the same dive nor the same turtle. Here's another alternate shot. As I said, not the same dive, not the same turtle, but trying to make one composite set of turtle video. Just free as a bird, even though it's down there just swimming away. And then here's the returning to the establishing shot where I just left it departing, and then it kind of went over a hump there, or a bump in there, and continued on its journey. So I stuck a quick fade out. All right, so here is Bob and Ray, if you like. A ray in the distance there, and you'll see a little fish that's hanging out with it. And I approached this very slowly. This is probably 30 feet deep, I would guess. And I wanted to get a nice close shot of this ray, looking down on it, and you'll be able to see the eyes very closely here in a minute. And I did not want to disturb it, get it excited or anything like that. I just wanted to take a look at it. You can see this fish is kind of hanging out with it, so it's Bob and Ray, I guess is the way I would label that. You can see their eyes there very nicely. And the raw video that I shot was much longer than that, but I took the best couple of sections, and then I used this as a way to end it kind of slowly. So here's a shark. We did see a couple of sharks on the Bloody Bay Wall, and here's one that's going out into the vastness of the ocean there. And there's a shot looking up at the boat, probably from about 30 feet down or so. As I said earlier, I like the shots looking back up at the bottom of the ocean there. So there's, as we move into the shallower area, there's that crystal clear water, which is so lovely to swim in and look at. And here is the Little Cayman Beach Resort. I was in the top level on the fourth from on the very far left is where I stayed. And now we're going to take off. And of course this was shot at a different time, but I decided to intercut that to show this as we took off from the island here. And we get a good shot looking back. You can see the other resorts there, and there's the resort, in fact, Little Cayman Beach Resort, where I was staying. And there's some very lovely blue dive water of the wall, very attractive there. And there's the other side of the island, which you can see from this flight. And if you stay on Little Cayman and you go back to Grand Cayman, they actually stop briefly on Cayman Brac, So in 2011, I had not been to Brock, but I kept part of the video of that. So in the following dive video that took place in 2012, there's the Brack Reef Beach Resort. So that's the next video. Thought that would be funny to capture that in here. Here's some more of the blue water as we depart. So this would be going back to Grand Cayman and then back to the U.S. I think the Cayman Islands are the best dive location, period. You can alternate between any of the three, Grand, Little, or Cayman Brock, and enjoy it. And here's a shot looking down on Brock, I believe, in one of the coastal areas. And I like that, where you can see all the different layers of the ocean there. And thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it.